Okay, so I'm back. I have the tools I need to continue. And again, you know, this isn't very healthy what I'm going to do here, and I really wouldn't recommend doing it, like as far as like just putting pads back over this. But the little things that I'm going to do is like I'm going to make sure that everything's, I got my brake clean, make sure everything's nice and clean, and it should hold up, you know, well enough until I can either get some new rotors or have the means to take these off, like in other words have another one of my cars going. So this is 5/8 for 69 Caddy. This is usually pretty tough. So if I'm back here, there's these two bolts that go through, in case you're wondering what I'm doing back here. Goes through here, goes all the way through there. Now, the hydraulic brake system, I'm going to break that loose first, then I'll come down here and break the other one loose. Now, as I was saying, in a hydraulic brake system, you have a piston here, and when you have your brake fluid up top on the master cylinder, the piston, that's what's, as the fluid comes through, the piston's what's causing your brake pads to grab. So the piston's right here. So in order for me to get this off, once I get these screws off, Julie, that's good. Where you have it is fine. I'm sorry, I have my cameraman asking questions as I'm doing this. By simply just taking these bolts out, it's not going to I'm not going to be able to remove the caliper. So that's why I need to also compress that piston, which I'll show you how to do in a second. So here we go. I got these guys off. Now you always want to make sure you don't lose anything. It's very easy to lose stuff when you're doing this, so really pay attention where you're putting everything. And another thing I always tell people, when you're actually doing the actual job, do one side at a time. Don't do both sides at the same time, because then if you can't remember where something goes, you know, at least I have the other side that's still put together I could go check. Although this is pretty easy. I mean, you know, pretty self-explanatory. Everything fits together real nice. So, right. Ah, that's a stubborn bugger. Okay, let's see. Keep going. Okay. Oh, okay, still not coming. Wow. Normally it's not quite so tight. Okay, well, anyhow, let's go with this. There we go. It's really fighting me. Yeah, normally this isn't such a big deal. It usually comes right out, but you know, you have everyone's going to have one that's going to give you trouble. Okay, so I'm almost there. Okay, this is really stubborn. Okay, normally, like I said, this is not usually an issue. It usually doesn't take that long. Obviously, I'm guessing that's probably about ready to come out. Seems like almost like it's jammed into the rubber. There we go. Okay, and then this gets kind of tricky because see how actually do this. Okay, what I just did here, okay, step back a little bit. Okay, when your car, that's another nice thing about having both sides up in the air like this, is that I can do this. I can steer it. So like when this was hitting, this bolt was hitting back here, I can move it like this and then pull it out. And that's really nice. It's very helpful. Okay, so I have this caliper here. You can even see like how worn these brakes were, because you can see the brake dust all stuck in here. And yeah, and I'm sure when I take it off, it's going to be very yucky, because I can see that, yeah, that's bad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the caliper off. And again, remember what I said about the piston, so I'm going to use my clamp to push the piston down. So, here we go, like this. And then here like this. And so I have it in the back, and I'm just going to, I love these clamps. They're really convenient, easy to use, and you can, Julian, come here for a sec. If you look here, see if you can see that there, like when I move this, you can see that, you gotta get right there. See if you see the piston moving back a little bit. There we go. Okay, you can move back now, Julian. Okay, so it's almost all the way. Oh my God.
Oh, oopsies. I turned it on accident.
Okay, it's okay. All right, so stay down like that. All right, there we go. So see, you can see like everything's moving around now. Everything's nice and loose. And it's going to be fun to see how bad these are. Let's look. That's not quite as bad as I expected.
No, I keep on turning.
But you could really see the groove there. And let's see the other side. Actually, it's probably maybe the, ooh, wow. That is bad. You never want to let it get like that, and I shouldn't have. And so if you look back here, which is going to be hard for Julian to get that, so I'm not going to worry about it. You can even see, it's okay, Julian. You can see like kind of the spurts. That was my lovely grinding sound. Okay, so go back a little so I can talk. Yeah, so I waited a little bit long on this. Now another thing too is I'm gonna do part 4 with the brake, putting the pads on and cleaning up and everything. Now you always want to save your little these little clamps and whatnot. So anyhow, Julian, you are fine. He keeps asking me. He's like, "Can I go closer?" So okay, so you want to save stuff like this because sometimes it doesn't come on the new pads, but I'll find out in a second. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get those pads and get ready to finish up here. Okay.